The other thing that's happening, Waianae is also attacked in Makua Valley. The Army has just finished their environmental impact statement, and they say they're going to start training again with live fire ammunition. And I think no matter what they do, there's no way you can mitigate desecration of the parents. So Sparky's here. He's going to talk more about what Malama Makua is doing to stop the destruction of Makua Valley. But we just wanted to give you some information about some things that are happening on the west side. And we need to link up. Waimanalo is also blowing up. People are trying to stop the Marines and the Air Force from expanding their military operations there in Waimanalo Beach. And so we need to start linking up west side and east side, all sides of the islands, to fight against this desecration that comes from occupation and empire. So thank you very much, everyone, for this beautiful day, for coming out and showing your aloha aina for Hawaii to be free. Thank you.
Aloha, I'm Sparky Rodriguez with Malama Makua, and our tent is all the way at the end next to the restroom. We've been doing this about 10 years, zero budget project, battling the Army. And initially it started out with us against this monstrous Army machine. And the truth is, we were battling this rogue elephant, did whatever they like, anytime they like, wherever they like. And all we were relating ourselves with being a mosquito. So our job wasn't to change their mind, wasn't to do anything other than hopefully get them to stop and scratch. And that's what we've been able to do for a while now. But it's getting to the point where now this is our first fundraiser to do to build our legal defense fund, because that's going to be the next step for us again. As Kyle was talking about on the west side, I live in Waianae. I'm a downwinder from all the stuff that goes on at Schofield. So the chemical weapons that they found, the nuclear stuff that was used, all of the conventional weapons that was used there, as they dispose of it, it blows over right into my bedroom, right onto our ground, right into our community. Waimanalo Gulch, when they did the EIS for all the solid waste in Oahu that's going there now, we thought it was Waimanalo. So when they did the EIS and they called everybody out to come do testimony, well, the people in Waimanalo are going to take care. We're going to support, but they're going to take care. We didn't know it was in our community. Now it's a mountain, and they keep wanting to go up higher and higher. PVT that Kyle talked about is the commercial dump. And before they were saying, yeah, about 15 trucks an hour would go in. Now he was saying that there are 80 to 90 trucks going in an hour. Where's this stuff going? You look across the valley, and there's a mountain that is now growing in Nanakuli Maili. There's so much stuff happening on the Waianae Coast that it's overwhelming. And pretty soon we become blind to what's going on. So Malama Makua has taken a stance at Makua. Our ultimate goal is to get the valley to be returned, clean it up, return it to a cultural and traditional use. In my generation, with all the contamination that's there on the unexploded ordnance, we may never see it. I know I won't. But in 7 generations, 10 generations, we may be able to get the streams to flow again. We may be able to replace all the alien species with natives. We may be able to get the streams to flow. And that's kind of our goal. There are patches of native plants and species that are there that are endangered. Every time they train, there's a fire. Every time there's a fire, it burns back up into the native forest, into the endangered species. And on our logo, there's a small plant that's identified, the Siennia superba. Hawaiian name is Haha. When we first started our struggle there 10 years ago, and the struggle has been going on for decades, our part of it, the Siennia superba had 4 plants living there, and because of one of the fires and the continued fires, they are now extinct in the wild. The Army has done outplanting, they're doing stuff, but there is no native hahas anywhere in the world. They're gone in the wild. So what are we going to do? We're going to keep on doing what we got to do. We need your help. Kokua if you can, support if you can. When there's meetings, come out, do testimony. The EIS, waiting for your testimony if you can. Please kokua. Aloha.
Do you know where you come from? Because if you don't understand that question, you're not going to solve the problem. You're only going to create more problems. Every year I see more groups pop up. Boom, one more group. Boom, another group. You know, everybody got a cause in Hawaii. I just was given one paper, come to one meeting on Monday, because they like talk about Hawaiian language and preserve that. And a guy not even one Hawaiian, but he wants us to come to this meeting. You know, those of us who got involved with reinstating our country 10 years ago, we've been saying the same things over and over and over. I've been appearing here over 10 years now, trying to assist our Kanaka to come home. On the same day, January 17th, we demanding the return of our nation back to the reinstated Hawaiian Kingdom. Us guys not get rid of this virus. You know what the virus is? The state of Hawaii and the federal government and the county government, we forever going to be taking on kakius. That's the syndrome. We involved with so many kakius, it's unreal. We cannot even think straight nowadays. We're waiting for another cause to happen. Well, like I said, hey, this is an extension. Okay, an invitation. It's not about trying to understand how we're going to come together. No, it's about us Kanakas knowing where you come from. To me, enough. Enough is enough, man. So I know who my adversary is. Okay? The adversary is not you, Kanaka. You're not my adversary. My adversary, is the de facto government, the state of Hawaii, the federal government, and the county government, because they're the ones that are causing all this anaino. And until you guys out there, make up your mind on how one thief gotta give back what they stole, you're gonna realize that they gotta give it back to the rightful government. They cannot give it back to nobody else. So as long as we're out there trying to promote one other process and refuse to come to the rightful claimant, guess what? We're going to be forever singing these songs of sadness, of loss. Well, I'd rather sing the song, of reclaim our nation. And don't be afraid. There's so much Kanakas out there that are so afraid of their own shadow, it baffles me. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. I remember when I told one lie or I went steal, from the one bubble gum, I got dirty leaking. Can you imagine? We afraid? Us Kanakas, who have an inherent right to our country, we're afraid to be who we're supposed to be. And we make up all of these different stories to convince ourselves to stay involved. No way. Anyway, I'm going to extend, this invitation to you all. This January 17th, you're on a very special piece of property here. This is where it begins. We're going to be here. We're starting the march from here. We're going to march to our palace on January 17th. Arrangements already being made. If not, they're already set. And I told you, we're going to commemorate the loss of our sovereign nation. And on the very same day, we should celebrate the reclamation. So for all you Kanakas who've been in the struggle all these years, I hope for once you guys going to understand this is our opportunity. We're not getting any younger. Mahalo. Aloha.